Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to create your custom boot animation for your Android head unit. To do that, you'll be needing Hitfilm Express. You can download this for free from their website. You have to register with them and they'll provide you with activation key, but like I said, it's free of charge. And the other tool is 7-Zip. Once you have both of these downloaded and installed, you can also grab some files from my Mega Drive. There are some stock BMW animations, so you can use them if you choose to. So just start Hitfilm Express, go to File, New. You want to have your custom template. I like my animations to be 10 seconds long. You have to change resolution to match your Android unit. 30 frames per second is plenty enough for boot animation, and that's it. Okay, so here in your main work space, you have few windows. Let's start with this one. That's your media effects, control, history, and text. From this window, you will choose what media to work with, add effects, control these effects, and create some text if you want. This is your timeline. You will be dropping things into your timeline here. This is your preview window of completed sequence, and that's your preview window of selected media file. So, for example, let's say you want to start with stock BMW boot animation, like this one. So you want to have that. You want to have also image of your car here. For my car, I also created these lights, this effect, and I have my welcome text. So these are all your media files. You can obviously preview any of them in here, but let's just start with creating our animation. So drag and drop your the video in here. Now, because the screen resolution of the video we are dropping in is different than what we've set up for Android head unit, Hitfilm Express will ask you do you want to adjust your resolution to match what you've just dropped in. You don't want to do that. So that's that, and if you hit play, it'll play from beginning to end as you would expect. Now, if you want to have your custom splash image as well, I would suggest using the last image of this animation and playing that in reverse, so your splash image can smoothly transit into this boot animation. In order to play that in reverse, go to your effects, type in time, there's a time reverse, and from now on, this sequence here will be played in reverse. That's it. Now, you also want to add other items, like picture of your car, and this all has to be 10 seconds long as we set that in. Now let's just double check, because the length of it does change. So if anything extends beyond your 10 seconds, your default project settings will extend as well. Change that back to 10 seconds. Otherwise, you will be exporting a whole lot of black images for absolutely no reason. So your car image probably doesn't have any transparency. So it has to go on video layer 1. Everything else that has transparency, you put on the layer above. Okay, so that's my 10 seconds mark here. It's that, and I also have my welcome text. I'll drop it in here. Again, for some reason, this is changing to 1 hour and 10 seconds. We don't want that. Okay, so now your sequence looks like that. You have your main animation, and then all of the 3 items appear at the same time. Obviously, you don't want to do that. You want to have your car to appear slightly after your lights, for example, and then welcome text even after that. So let's play that there. But as you can see, there's no effects added for smooth transitions. So let's go to effects, type in cross dissolve, and use that on, for example, your lights, and do the same for your car. Now let's have a look. Yep, that looks all right. Now for text, you probably want to use something like linear wipe. So drop that in here, and that's your linear wipe default preset. You can change behavior of this linear wipe by adjusting direction. You can have this text appearing from right to left if you want, up and down, top and bottom, whatever. I like mine from left to right. And also there's this another parameter called feather. Now if you have feather set to 0, the appearing image is very sharp. You can make that a bit smoother when you adjust the slider, and now appearing text is blend in, as opposite to have it absolutely sharp. So adjust that to your liking, and obviously you don't have to use image like this one. You can create your own text in here. That's your text setup. So for example, I want to have text here, some text, and I want this text to be, sorry, I want this text to be this color. Okay, done. Maybe this layer as well. So this is your text, and as you can see, it's here on this layer. Again, you can adjust that, and this is just text, plain and simple text. There's nothing to it. Again, you can add some effects like linear wipe, so it appears like that, and also you can add some glow if you want. So let's see, for example, what neon glow does. Oh, control, your effects, and you can adjust settings within this effect. Like that. If you don't like it, just hit delete on your neon glow and use just regular glow. something like that. Now you have an idea how this works. Once your sequence is ready, again, just double check in project settings that your time is correct. Otherwise, you will be exporting a lot of black frames. So that's that. Now you have to switch to your export tab, and in here, go to your presets. And we need this to be exported in PNG sequence for Android to understand this. And your default preset should be this PNG sequence. Okay, now go to your export here, add to queue, contents. So that's your 10 seconds. Make sure that's your PNG sequence. That's your output folder. You can always change that in here. Okay, and once you're ready, just hit start exporting. Okay, so that's done. And this is the result. All your images. Okay. Now, like I said before, if you want to create your own splash image that will nicely transition into this animation, I would use first image from here. Just make a copy and use that to create your splash image. Right. So now we have all of this. Don't mind that. We need to rename that to part 0. This is how Android will know how to play this animation or where to look for it. Now we need to add a new text file called description, and within that description we need to specify a few parameters. First of all, what is the resolution of a boot animation to be played, and what is the frame rate? So that's that. And then you have to specify how and from where you will be pulling images to play this animation. So you have two types of playing to choose from. You can have either P or C. P means when your boot up sequence is complete, your animation can be interrupted. C means that your boot up animation has to play from start to end, regardless of boot sequence. Okay, so let's start with P, and then you specify how many times this animation will be played, right? So all this sequence I want to be played only once. Is there any pause to start with? No, you don't want that. And you have to specify the path to all these images. So type in part 0. And technically, you're done here. Now, what I like to do with my animations, I like to have another folder. Let's call it part 1. I like to take last image from here, put it in here, so it's just a single image. And then I like to have the last image to be played out no matter what, even if boot up sequence is complete. And because that's single image and we have 30 frames per second, so if you have this to be displayed on screen for 2 seconds, you have to loop this image 60 times. Now again, there's no delay between part 0 to part 1, and you have to specify what the path is at your part 1. Okay, now you can save that, and that's your files for boot animation. Highlight them all, go to 7-zip, add to archive. It has to be called boot animation.zip, and compression level has to be stored. If you choose anything else from this list, your animation won't work. So do that, hit OK, and you have your boot animation. Once that's done, you can create OEM folder, drop your animation in here. If you have splash image, for example, you can add that in as well. It's usually saved as something like that, right? So you would have these two images, files in an OEM folder, and all you need to do is drag and drop this OEM folder to your USB stick and plug it into your unit. It'll be uploaded automatically, and you'll have a nice splash image and boot animation. Right, I think that's it. If you have any questions, just find me on Discord or on our forum. I'll try to help. Okay, cheers.